I was ready. I was ready to revoke my own birth certificate. Okay. So this isn't the podcast I originally planned on making. I was gonna make some lame podcast, but I couldn't do it. So I was thinking last night about a podcast I saw, or it was like maybe a TikTok video I saw, like short clip of a podcast, and I was like, it struck me very deep. So I had to try to make a podcast relevant to that. So, what is your why? Now, I ask that not as in like, oh, what motivates you and why are you doing what you're doing? Why the fuck are you alive? So, let's talk about mental health for a little bit. Everybody's like, oh, mental health is important. You need to take a mental health day, blah, 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 mental health, right? Nobody wants to open up and start the conversation about mental health. Nobody wants to answer their why. Why the fuck are you alive? What happened to you at that particular moment that made you say, you know what? Life's worth living. I'm going to do my best to continue going. Everybody wants to tippy toe around the corner like, oh, hey, bro, or are you okay? Like what's going on? You sure you're good? I got you. You're my boy. You know, that's kind of how everybody wants to have these conversations. And it's not that easy of a conversation. Answering why you're still alive is definitely not an easy conversation. What keeps you going? The thoughts that go through your head. So I will attempt to answer what saved my life and what keeps me going. Now, in my humble opinion, I think since hold on, this started here, everybody is having a very hard time. So if you're listening to this, you can't see what I'm pointing out, but if you're on the YouTube video, you'll clearly see what I'm pointing out. So check this out. So I honestly think since this had started, mental health issues are very prevalent. We need to go out, we need to work, we need to create, and we need to help people. So I think helping people is one of the biggest things that we need to do as humans. And I don't think we do that enough. So since 2020, we've been stuck in the house and we've kind of just been very secluded and to ourselves. And if you look on social media, the main thing you're going to see is fuck people. I hate people. People are horrible. Relationships are horrible. Women hate men. And then there's all this racism stuff. Everybody seems to hate each other. There's no, it takes a village anymore. There's no groupthink anymore. And nobody wants to help anybody. Everybody looks out for themselves, and that is it. So I'll take the initiative here and I'll attempt to tell my story in hopes that if I can change one person, if I can make one person think, that one person will go out and potentially help one other person. Thus forth, I helped two people. If that person goes out and touches another person and can change their life, then that's three people I've helped, all because of one person that I helped. So, my story. Now, this was about 8 years ago, I believe, close to 8 years ago. It was about 3 or 4 months after I discharged from the Navy. I didn't get medically separated from the military, but I was not allowed to re-enlist because of medical issues. Well, 12 years later, now I have to get brain surgery from those medical issues, but that's a whole nother topic. Anywho, I was having a hard time. So if you were ever in the military, I'm going to assume you're a lot like me. when you got out, if you were in and you got out, that the first year after getting out was pretty tough because you went from having an extreme purpose, drive, motivation, and if you ever lacked that drive and motivation, there was somebody behind you to force you back into it, right? So you were always driving forward with a mission. Once you get out, 99.9% of us don't have drive, we don't have a mission, and we don't know what to take initiative towards. So I struggled deeply with that. I was having a lot of health issues, couldn't really do much, and I fell into a deep depression, right? So now I remember clear as day, and it's been almost 8 years, like I said. I was in the kitchen, had a stainless Ruger 1911, and it wasn't good thoughts in my head, of course. I was ready to end everything. And to paint the picture and make everything worse, my almost 2 year old daughter was right around the corner in the front room watching cartoons, um, which made the whole thing even worse because she was there and I was ready. I was ready to revoke my own birth certificate. Okay, so I picked up my phone for some odd reason, played a YouTube video. Now, if you're into fitness, you may or may not know who this individual is. And if you don't know who they are, I suggest or recommend you looking them up. It's still one of the most influential individuals that I can think of to this day in the top 10, which unfortunately he's now passed away. His name is Greg Plitt. Okay. I looked up a video of Greg Plitt, this gym video, and I watched the video, and I don't know what it is about this dude's video that it saved me. It stopped me from, taking myself out that day. And ever since then, the gym has been a very big part of my life. Now, I'm not in the greatest shape. I'll never claim to be. I'm definitely never the strongest, but I still wake up at 0400 every day and take my broke ass to the gym. I can hardly walk today. Having major back issues, I go. Severe migraines, I go. The gym has become something that keeps me alive, and I've been able to connect with people through it. I get messages here and there, mostly on Snapchat, and there's my Snapchat name down there. If you ever need to message me for some odd reason, I've connected with a lot of people through the gym and from the gym. But that was my why, wanting to attempt to change myself, better myself. That was the goal that I had in my mind that helped me to continue going forward. Now, like all goals go, you start off with one and then it's going to progress into something else. My goal now in life isn't just about the gym, but it is trying to help people. I want to be able to help as many people as I possibly can, any way that I possibly can. If, like I said, if I spend my whole life and kill myself at the end of the day just to help one person, then that's what it's going to be. I'm going to help one person. And I hope to God that one person helps somebody else. You know what I mean? Life is not all about money and pussy when you're a dude. So you got to help people. Try your best to help people. Like I said, society has become so screwed up because of all of this stuff. And it's transformed and changed so many people's minds that we really need to get back to what it used to be. Because when I was growing up, that was one of the most popular phrases that I've ever heard. It takes a village, which it does. It's hard to live life on your own. You need to be able to connect with people. You need to be able to bond with people. Make your why about something more than yourself. Because if all you have is yourself, where's the legacy? What are you leaving behind? What the fuck is your why? Why the fuck are you still alive? And what the fuck are you going to do to help the next person? I want to know.